when I first woke up this morning, very early, I got a little present, as many of you did, from Nintendo, which was the Super Mario 35th anniversary Nintendo Direct. This has been long rumored for a long time that Nintendo would do something big for Mario's birthday. They've been like trickling out stuff here and there. We've talked about the Mario Lego sets in the show, the NES Lego set, a bunch of just weird little drops here and there. They're doing some Puma shoes and stuff like that. But the big news out of this was obviously they are bringing a bunch of classic Mario games Switch for the very first time. There will be a 3D All-Stars collection, which is essentially the sequel to the Super NES game that happened ages ago, which compiled all the NES games. This one has Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy. Just the first one, not the second.
No, this is all really good news, but from the sound of things, people have some questions, and you have some questions in particular, right?
Yeah. So, I was scratching my head after this, so I put together a list of 10 questions that I have after the Super Mario 35th anniversary Nintendo Direct. Number 1, why is the 3D collection disappearing in March 2021? There's no logic behind this. This is one of those sort of like 1990s Disney Vault type things where they go, hey, Cinderella's coming out on VHS for like 2 weeks, but then it's going away forever. This is a bizarre thing to do in a age where a significant amount of your audience is buying something digitally, because delisting something from a digital shop means nothing. It almost entirely lines up with their fiscal earnings of next year, which feels kind of gross. I'm really excited for this collection. I think it's awesome. I think these 3 games, getting to play them again for the very first time, or for the 5th time for many people, is going to be a big deal. But having to sort of force people to rush to buy these things in the next few months during a time where people's wallets are already a little strapped is pretty skeevy.
Do you think that we're going to see a situation, if these do in fact get delisted and taken away forever, where people are putting them on Switch and then selling Switches with these installed, like we saw with PS4s running PT?
Yeah. My bigger theory here is that they will start to roll out N64 games in Nintendo Online, and so delisting an option to get Mario 64 will force users to buy into the online ecosystem. Secondly, they can also break these games out and sell them piecemeal for $20-$30 each, which they'll also do. That's a very Capcom thing to do. And you and I both bought Resident Evil 4 on Switch when it was at a high price, as the man says. And suckers, that's what we are. We make stupid decisions.
One of these games that's on here is Super Mario Sunshine, which was originally for the GameCube, which had a slightly different sort of controller setup than the Switch does, which brings us to our next question.
Yeah, so the GameCube famously had analog triggers, which Nintendo's weirdly moved away from over the years. Analog triggers are most importantly used in racing games. Forza uses them. They let you basically just there's a significant amount of push that you can give into a trigger that will allow X amount of sort of movement or action to happen. And in Super Mario Sunshine, which famously allows you to power hose graffiti all over a fun vacation island, it uses those a lot. Switch doesn't have those, so they're going to have to find some way to replicate that. That hasn't been confirmed exactly how that's going to work, but we'll see. Third question. Super Mario Galaxy is coming to Nintendo Switch, which is great because Nintendo Switch has Joy-Cons, which you can break off and use pointer controls, which let you move around and collect things. That was a big thing. It was the Wii Motion or Wiimote controls. But the Switch Lite doesn't let you do that. So you would have to buy a second set of Joy-Cons for this. I was reading in the fine print somewhere on the Nintendo UK website that you'll be able to sort of mimic this with a combination of touchscreen and trigger stuff. But it seems like one of those things where maybe Nintendo could have kept this one in the oven for a little longer and figured out a way to make this a dual analog game or something like that. But either way, it's a little odd. Number 4, we got these this thing called Mario Kart Live Home Circuit, which basically turns your living room or kitchen or basement, garage, backyard into a fully playable Mario Kart game, which is kind of insane because it's a toy Mario Kart with a camera on the front that scans your room almost like a Roomba and you can use it to compete against up to 3 other friends and shoot items at each other and stuff like that on Switch. So it's them dabbling the toys to life once again, sort of deeper and deeper than they've ever been before.
This is like augmented reality laser tag drone racing, kind of. Like, this is nuts.
It's kind of cool. That said, a lot of people live in apartments or they live in carpeted places. Will this work on carpets, or do I have to move? Like, is this one of those things that I can just kind of like whip around in the kitchen? Matt Kim, who writes news for IGN, was like, the only track that would work in my apartment is Baby Park, which is, famously this tiny little loop that you just go over 100 times until you're done. This toy looks super cool. I'm definitely in that thing where I'm too old for it, my kid's too young for it, but we'll probably still buy it and drive it around.
Well, we'll be talking about it regardless.
Yeah. Next, what the heck is Bowser's Fury? So Super Mario 3D World, one of the best games that was sort of landlocked on the Wii U, is coming to Switch with some upgrades. Mario runs a little faster now, as do his weird cat friends. But they added this new thing called Bowser's Fury, which almost looks like this like vaguely open world-ish evil version of 3D World. We know nothing about it. This game's not out until February, so we have a lot of time to sort of theorize about it and figure out what's next. But either way, I'm excited for it. This is one of the best games on.
This sounds, at least at the very least, a little bit more ambitious than just doing a straight port like we've seen with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. It seems like they're actually kind of tacking on some new content, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, here's the thing that got announced today that I have no use for that I will still buy. They are making a Super Mario themed Game & Watch. It's gorgeous. It's like gold and red, like the Famicom colors and some of the original Game & Watches. But it has NES ROMs on it, which is weird because that's not how the Game & Watch worked. It's $50, and it plays the original Super Mario Brothers, the Lost Levels, which was essentially Mario 2 in Japan. And it also has a clock function, which the original one did. So yeah, you can use it as an alarm clock, which is super cool. Which I imagine it has a little kickstand on the back too. But the weird thing is that they made a Super Mario Game & Watch back in the day. It was Baby Blue, and it had this like sort of game. It had a Mario style game on it, which was a platformer, where these sort of little black LCD platforms would pop up, and you'd run through them and try to survive, and you'd fall.
It's got ball though, right? You get to play ball.
It's got ball with Mario's head on it. Everybody loves to play the ball.
Who doesn't love ball?
Next up, the 3D World Amiibos got announced, and they look like cake icing. Like it looks like this weird textured. You know that stuff? Like, it's not even real cake icing. It's those like things that they sell that you put on top of cakes. Like,
like it looks like with like a little like sugar figurines or stucco, or it actually reminded me immediately of the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat movie, which is not a thing that I like to think about.
That's so true. Like the hair feels thick and wet and glued, right? Yeah, it's not great. Next, this question: why won't you just let me be excited for this? This has been a terrible, terrible year, and I know a lot of people are justifiably saying that this is a lazy, low-effort port to port all the 3D Mario games to Switch, not even in widescreen, not even with like massively updated texture packs or anything like that. Just those games together on one cart. But so what? I love those games, and this year sucks so much ass.
Did they say the price for it yet?
It's $60 for all 3 games combined, which is fine. Yeah, it's like it's not great, but it's not,
still a lot of games there. I don't know.
I thought they were going to sell them for $60 each because I've basically been in this abusive relationship with Nintendo for so long that I'm used to them doing that. They're doing that with Pikmin.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice if they were a little bit tidied up, but you're right. It's like it's something to look forward to. Like,
just let people have this. It's like, this morning was like this little just like sliver of serotonin. I held it like a match in the darkness, and the warmth glowed across my face until it burned out, and I consumed that heat alone, and you can't take it from me. So just let me have it.
Okay, well, that brings us to our next question.
Yeah, why do I keep rebuying Super Mario Brothers over and over and over again? And will it fix me? I don't think it will, but they keep putting this game out. They're making a new one that is basically like a Tetris 99 version of Mario Brothers, but it's like you're competing against all these other people. They put the Lost Levels out, or the Super Mario All Stars, and then there's the Game and Watch thing. I bought this game so many times, and I just keep doing it, and I don't know why. What is that? Is that a definition of insanity? And number 10, what is wrong with me? What is it? Like what
you gotta? I don't know. You gotta hold on to that little thing to make you happy sometimes, I guess.
Yeah.
It's been a year.
Yeah, but even then when it wasn't, I would do this. So
yeah, I don't know. You're really, Italian.
That's part of it. I mean, but he's a stereotype. Like shouldn't even be condoning it, really.